There once was a man named Gold Roger who was king of the pirates. He had fame, power, and wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Before they hung him from the gallows, these were the final words he said.
Our perspective is yours for the taking, but you'll have to join us first. We left everything we debated at the Yonko table.
Ever since, pirates from all over the world set sail for the Grand Line, searching for the Yonko table, the table that will make their dreams come true.
Yo, folks, welcome to the latest and the greatest from the Yonko table. That is the voice of Grandmaster Hoop coming at you from, it's the Arrogant White Feminism campaign. We're out here live recording because Firecracker's about to come out and tell us the truth about Starlighter. That's right, folks. If you didn't catch our drip, we are talking episode 4 of season 4 of The Boys. That's right. We're talking The Boys, which is Amazon Prime's hit superhero satire that looks at the world and what if the superheroes were real and how corrupt would our world be, and just good gone doggy, you might see yourself within some of the portrayals of this show. With me as always is fellow Yonko DrJaceAttorney. DrJaceAttorney, last week you said you were a home teamer. Are you rallying with us at the Arrogant White Feminism campaign?
I didn't say I was a white teamer last week.
Home teamer.
Home teamer.
Whoa.
Home teamer. I didn't say home teamer. You said you were a home teamer.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're not with us. You don't want the truth.
I don't want the truth.
All right. That's fine. The truth will set you free. All right. Only that can save you. That and Jesus. With that said, we are not the only ones rallying tonight here at the Arrogant White Feminism campaign. Let's see what supernovas are going to be waving their stars and joining us here to take down Starlighter. All right, I'm not going to talk like this the whole time, but I felt it was fitting given the episode. I'm going to just kick things off and I'm going to say episode 4, probably the most enjoyable episode. This felt more like The Boys. And I don't know, I just like kind of the things going on here. Just very well done. Very well done. And, it's only 8 episode season, so I feel this is a good halfway point. Give or take. I don't know how this season's going to end, but I don't know. I like what was done here. That's just me. Let's go across the room. How are y'all feeling about episode 4? I know we were like, the first 3 episodes were maybe not up to par with The Boys, but maybe not exceeding season 2 or season 3 The Boys. How y'all feel with episode 4? How we doing?
Definitely the most enjoyable of the 4 episodes of the season. I like the first 3 episodes, although admittedly, as you said, not up to the par of prior seasons. I think it's the sin of just being so great prior that it's like you have such a high bar to reach and even surpass. But definitely this felt more Boys than the first 3 episodes, and I really enjoyed the majority of the storylines and points in this episode.
Suffering from success. That's the mantra of The Boys.
Yeah, I agree. It wasn't as good as previous season, but better than the first 3 episodes.
Yeah, this one gave me the same fear that I felt through all the other seasons. I was like, oh my goodness. Where is this going?
Like shit's gonna hit the fan?
Yeah, I knew it. The first opening clip.
Oh gosh, the opening clip.
What was the opening clip again?
The opening clip is Homelander.
Oh, going into the elevator. Okay.
Yeah. That's how the episode opens. And yes, and obviously, let's just kick it off here. Let's talk about Homelander's journey. As we talked about last week, as Miss Mad and Dr. Mondo pointed out, this season is focusing on kind of, unburying the past and confronting it. There's multiple ways you can go about this. I don't know if I agree with Homelander's methods of going about confronting his past, but here we are. And goodness gracious, let's talk about this opening. This was scary.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Ooh.
done for. He's come on. He's
Who?
done.
Who's done for?
Homelander.
Done for what?
Psyche. His psyche is done.
Why? Because he laughed?
No, not because he laughed, because everything he did.
Isn't this part of the course? Doesn't he always do stuff like this?
Oh no, this one felt methodical though. It's like this felt
What?
like some Hannibal. This felt like, I don't even want to say Hannibal Lecter, because Hannibal Lecter
Did he
has
eat
some
someone?
class. No, but I was gonna say, see, Hannibal Lecter, if he's gonna eat someone, he eats somebody with fava beans. So, you know, he has class when he eats people. But Homelander, I feel he's just trying his best to be a psychopath. And in doing so, he is a psychopath. He's crazy.
No, you know, this scene, so this Homelander scene that he just comes in and like he's obviously, you know, something is up, right? But you know, he's trying to be this a little bit like charming, trying to lower down your defenses, but then little by little he just creeps up. It reminded me a little bit of Inglourious Bastards, Christoph Waltz. That just
Hans Landa.
Yeah, that he just comes in again like that, very, very sweet talker and all that. But you know something is up, and little by little he just goes in and then just goes for the kill.
Now,
it really reminded me of that.
I thought the cake was gonna be laced with like poop or something or anthrax or
actually,
something. Oh my! As if he would not do that.
Time out. How many of
Homelander?
y'all will eat that cake?
Hell no! I wouldn't eat that cake. Chocolate cake from him?
Not by choice.
One, I don't like
you
chocolate.
kinda
I'm
have
that
to.
weird guy, so it's like no.
Now, if he forces you, yeah, okay. So, gun, laser eyes to the head. I guess.
Oh
you're
yeah,
eating
yeah, yeah. Forget it. Yeah.
You don't know
Oh,
what's in
man.
there.
it. I sure don't. I thought maybe his pubes might be in it the way he keeps plucking at him. But you know, this is layered. He goes about it really layered. As Dr. Brown pointed out, he comes across as, you know, hey guys, long time no see. And then I think first up on the chopping block was Frank. Poor Frank. What did Frank do?
But at
You-
the same time, you kind of, and I think this is like the good writing.
Oh.
Of it. Is,
Frank? Wait, the first guy was Frank, right?
yeah,
First
the guy
guy
The
was
that
fire guy.
First guy was Frank, yeah. That was the guy that was just joking around whenever he was being tortured.
The paper basketball.
Yeah.
He cooked him alive with the fire room. His desk was right across Frank's desk was right across from the room, so you knew he saw Homelander getting cooked. But I would say initially I think he actually went in there to get closure. But the more he was down there, the more he started to remember how much he hated those people, and more he started breaking down. So like I think that's the logic that we're going there. I don't think he went there to actually kill them. I think he actually went there with good ish intention.
Yeah, good.
Good-ish.
Yeah. It's like somebody dealing with the trauma. You go there, you want to put up a brave face, and then the psychologist says a trigger word, and then poop, you crash.
Crazy how that facility is still up and running with like, doesn't seem like anything's changed and all the same people are working there.
I didn't
Actually,
like
no.
that.
No, They
What?
said a couple people were missing, and they were new people.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
when he walked
okay.
in there, he was like, "Oh yeah, there's some old faces and some new faces." Because he only went after the two guys, because those two guys were the people that were there when he was getting tortured, including the lady. at the
Yeah,
end.
yeah, but like, why is this facility still down here?
What are they
Like,
doing still?
what are they doing? I feel like they wrote this here so that he could confront the people that messed with him in his childhood, rather than trying to justify how does this still exist right now, like years later. Like there was no one down there, and I feel like no one's been down there for years, but they're just, you know, doing scientist things down there, I guess. I don't know.
And we also don't know in relation where this is, as far as part of me was like, ooh, is this the woods from Gen V?
That
or
would have been
whatever it's
nice.
called?
That would have been a good callback.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
part of
I
me
did
was like,
mention them.
yeah, and they did mention the
Yeah.
the Dalkin 4.
Good
So I was like,
Dalton
ooh,
4. I thought
they're mentioning them.
I thought we were going there from
If
last week.
anything- If anything, this could be almost like a pre the woods. Almost like, yeah, like everything started with Homelander. Homelander is the poster child of Vought, almost like if you're equating it to the Marvel universe, you know, like when it comes to the super soldier Captain America, you know, the poster child there when it comes to experimentation, and from there kind of the Woods came. So that's like the origin point. But
Wait.
one thing that I found really good of this part, like of this entire Homelander story is, and I think the writing was really good here, is that you kind of, like, I don't know, like there were parts that I was feeling for Homelander. You know, this kid was put in a freaking oven, and it's like, he's like, yeah, like even though I didn't burn, it hurt like a mother. And it's like, and you were just in the background, just throwing your, like throwing. And you know, he became desensitized. It was like, and I think if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if they said it in one of the prior seasons, but Homelander as a child, initially, he was actually a very sweet child.
John.
Homelander.
Like John
Homelander.
He was a very sweet child. And again, they broke him. Who wouldn't be broken after everything that was done to him for more than 16 years? Because at 16 is when he started calling himself the Homelander. You could see it on the wall.
His little, yeah.
Has anyone watched the animated series Diabolical?
Oh,
I did.
Diabolical.
Do they go over this at all? I thought there was like a prequel episode about Homelander.
No, they
I don't
somehow
even
go.
remember.
No, they somehow go over this because they mentioned that he was practically presented as the Homelander, and he was kind of he was innocent. That's the word. He was innocent at the beginning because he thought he was actually gonna go out there to help people and do all of that mess. But later on, the lady from the first season, the one that was, I guess, grooming him.
The milk lady.
Yes,
Madeline.
the milk lady. Yeah.
Madeline.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the one that told him to change his name to Homelander, not the Homelander. But I mean,
Okay.
that's all you got from it. It was just his first mission. That was it.
And
Interesting.
it's a grooming process throughout it all. Yeah, I guess it gets to a point where, you know, he's gone through all this to just be a pawn in Vought's game. And then, you know, as the seasons go on, he's like, why am I not running things? Why am I letting them run me?
Yeah.
But to Dr. Mondo's point, you can sympathize with Homelander.
Yeah.
So how many of y'all?
He didn't ask to be there, right? Like he was experimented. He was a child that didn't know any better, and he was pretty much tortured throughout his entire life. And
So let's draw the line in the sand. Did Frank deserve it? Let's go down the line. Did Frank deserve it?
Yes.
Be steadfast.
Yes.
Yes, I was
Yes.
just a soldier watching. I didn't do any killing.
Yeah.
Yes, of course he deserved it. Come on.
deserve it.
I'm gonna
Actually,
go with
that's-
no.
What?
What?
He said no?
Frank didn't deserve it.
Why?
Because it's hard when you're following orders, but also what the lady at the end was saying was that people were genuinely already afraid of him and what he was capable of. So I feel like, yeah, when you can stand up to like a chain of command, but you're afraid of the person you're trying to figure out. And look what they're doing now. So your fears were right.
No, but they created the monster they were afraid of.
Yeah, that too.
No,
It's
remember
yes.
when he was born, he was what? He like burst out of his mother's womb and was like
Yeah.
floating like a messiah. Did they
was
do
in
that?
Diabolical. Yeah.
So hold up. Frank deserved it? What we're all
Whoa,
in
what do
agreement
you
except-
think? You haven't
What
said
do I-
anything.
No, I'm the mediator.
No,
I'm
no,
the
no, 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 no. Everyone
no.
here has
The
said
classic.
if they
The
deserved it
classic.
or
No
not.
decision shall
I
be
don't
made.
think Frank deserved it.
Oh my
But what
God.
about our next dude, Squirter?
Hey, Squirt.
That was extreme.
Yeah, that was
That
just a
was
stupid
mean.
joke.
That's bullying.
Well, hold on, wait. Which part? What Homelander did and what this guy did to him?
So look, so it's like this. Frank's a bystander, right?
right.
This guy, I forgot his name. I want to say his name was Jerry.
Jerry.
I want to say Jerry. I can't recall.
Might be Marty.
Marty. No, it's
Marty.
Marty.
Oh.
Marty. Marty's a bully. Marty saw him locked up in that room, you know, doing his thing, and he pointed and laughed and he said, "Squirt."
Did he point though?
You might as well have.
I feel like the pointing is all of it's excessive, but the pointing is.
He's a bully. He's a bully. He's a bully. How many
Honestly,
of y'all think bullies should get what they deserve?
Toasty with a hot take. What are you gonna say, Toasty? Honestly, I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know.
I wouldn't call him a bully. I would say it was more like he made a stupid joke, but he just didn't know how to stop, and he didn't understand how much it affected Homelander.
That's a bully.
But what?
No, a
But was he
bully is
consistent
somebody-
with it? Was he consistent?
I mean,
Yes.
He did it all
Yeah.
the time.
He from that point on he called him Squirt.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, he
Yes.
did. He did. Yeah, he did call him
I
Squirt.
mean, I feel like it was more like an older brother teasing a younger brother. Like, I'm sure you would not call your sibling bullies.
Miss Mad, do your siblings, if you have any, do they make fun of you and call you detrimental psyche names to you?
In a different way, yes. Not anything.
Oh,
that
There it
I-
is. There it is.
Whoa.
Well, good thing they're not here. We can have words for them.
They're out there somewhere.
So,
Yeah.
so,
Listening to what Miss Matt said.
being a menace.
so, what Homelander makes Marty do? This I felt so bad. Okay, so I felt. Put some spin on it, Marty.
Come
on,
use
Marty!
it or lose it. Use it or lose it.
Yeah, I would only wish that on my worst enemy.
Excessive.
Did Marty deserve? What do you say? If you can't get hard right now, I'm gonna laser.
He
Your-
did say
your-
that. He did say that.
Yep.
Use it or lose it.
Did Marty deserve it?
I
I
guess.
think Marty deserved it more than Frank.
So we're team Frank was just a bystander, just trying to pass the time, and Marty was an active problem in Homelander's life.
That deserved to get his dick lasered off.
In glorious fashion.
Deserved it more than Frank deserved to be burned.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was
Yeah.
burned alive in that oven.
Oh,
Yeah,
what do you mean you forgot? What?
I know they all died. It's all a blur at this point.
Actually, I felt really bad for Frank when he was burning, and then he touches the door.
Oh yeah,
And
and
his
his hand
skin.
caught on fire.
yes.
And it still hurt. I'm like, oh man, that really. The fact that that's hotter than what he's already feeling.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. The hero. I want to say her name was Barbara.
That's
Yeah,
the director.
the director.
She was like the head. Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed by her, honestly, because when she came in, I thought she was gonna give Amanda Waller, with authority, because she came down there with authority. She's like, John, what are you doing? Come on, stop, John, put him out of his misery, put him out right now. And he listened. He listened.
Yeah.
And I felt like, oh, okay, she's kind of coming in here with confidence. And
It's not only that.
I
remember that she
liked
even
it.
told him to walk into the room with her. And he said, I'd rather be here. And she was like, no, we're speaking inside of the room. And he
No.
followed her.
She
No,
did
no,
not
no,
want to
no,
go
no,
in
no.
there. It was the
She wanted
opposite.
to go to her office.
Oh, it was the opposite.
It was the opposite. She wanted to go.
Said, no, this room is great.
She wanted to go to her office. Homelander said, no, we can go in here. And then that's where that bit kind of fell apart for me, because I'm like, you came in here with such strong authority, and I don't know. I kind of wanted her to pull off like an Amanda Waller, because if Amanda Waller was doing this, she would have contingencies to make sure Homelander listened to her.
There are no contingencies for Homelander, though.
No, I know that, but with her character coming in with like the way she did, I thought she would have something, because she came in there with such confidence.
Well, she did point out one really big thing that we've already talked about on the pod, is that he is subservient to his need to be, loved. They blatantly called it out. I think this is the first time they really kind of spelled it out within the series. Yeah, I mean, obviously, we picked up on it plenty, but this is the first time they said it, and he's been called out for it. So, and she said it too. She said that is the one thing that keeps you grounded. And it's interesting now to kind of hear it, because it's like, all right, somebody called him out on his bullshit. Who else might call him out on his bullshit? And how long is he going to remain grounded at this point? Now that people are catching wind and not afraid to speak to it, you know?
It's a
Very
ticking
interesting
time
from
bomb.
here. Well, we got a little bit of the time bomb. We got the end result.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm guessing he locked her in that room. Just to
Yeah,
He locked her in, but everybody else,
Yeah.
he killed him,
yeah.
which we didn't get to see. I don't know.
Oh, did you
why.
want to see it?
Did you want to see
Yes.
a toasty? Did you want to see
Yeah.
the gore?
I wanted to see some action. Yes. I mean,
It's-
for
it's
God's
like
sake.
kind of one-sided.
Or
Uh,
my question is, why didn't the rest of the crew leave when he was in the room with her? They could have snuck out.
Oh, you think should have just bolted?
I think they should have,
Yeah.
maybe not bolt because they don't want to cause a scene, but like, maybe one at a time, just
Time,
kind of go in
slowly
the
sneak
elevator.
out. Yeah.
Sneak
and
out.
like Homelander would have immediately, would have heard their freaking steps, heard the elevator ding, would have just gone in and killed them all there.
But I would have preferred that we saw that because I feel we didn't really see a transition from him
Something tells
talking
me
to her
we're
in the
gonna-
office.
We're gonna see like at least like the gory part of what you're saying, Toasty. Something tells you that Homelander is gonna be next episode, kind of like thinking about it, and we're gonna
Possibly,
see,
yeah.
and we're gonna be seeing like him tearing everyone apart.
Yeah, I want to see the transition from them talking to him, killing everyone, and locking her up in the room. Like we didn't really get a transition. That's why he got pissed off.
I kind of want to just see the conversation, you
Yeah,
know?
that
like
too.
that I feel like that'd be interesting. Like what did they talk about? I don't know.
Obviously, it didn't work. Whatever they talked about.
It didn't, but which it makes me wonder, was it something that she said that just, it just triggered him, or
100%.
what, or was that the intent the entire time? He went in there to lock her in, and then like, okay, everyone else come in here, and then he just rips them apart and locks her in.
Or like a child throwing a tantrum.
Yeah, that too. It could be either
Yeah.
one of those. That's
Or
what
a
I want to
child-
know.
Yeah, I think it's definitely more of a child throwing a tantrum, in that someone finally called you out on your bullshit. It's like someone finally told you the truth straight to your face, something you cannot deny, and you want to deny it, but you know it's true. So you lash out and you throw a tantrum. It's like, no, it's not true. It's not true. It's not true. So he lashed out. And it's like, oh, I will show you that I do not need affection. It's like, I will show you how insignificant you all are to me.
One
And-
other thing.
Leaves her alive so she can witness it.
No, but you see, one of the things I would have done better in that entire scene, if they show proof that the entire group of scientists actually did continue their experiment. Because the entire logic with that group was Homelander, they had this room for a Homelander. And they were just following orders because they were afraid of him. But if they had shown that they were using that room or those rooms for other
To
superheroes,
continue to do
with
the thing.
weaker power, that they were actually enjoying the abuse, that to me would have been a better scene overall.
Show,
Even
don't
the guy
tell.
with the paper ball, yeah, the guy with the paper ball, they could have turned like a dude that's ice power, and they're like, we're just gonna turn on the fire until we see if you melt or not. That would have been something to prove that they're evil.
But wait, like that again, they're at the basement level. There are other levels in that facility or whatever
Still
it
don't
is.
know where they are either.
So it's
Yeah.
like, and them being that old, it's like, sure, like that's the Homelander place, that's where all the scientists are. But I think that's not the facility. That floor is not the facility. It's like it's part of the facility. There's multiple floors, like you see it in the elevator.
No, but
I
we're
think
making an
Toasty's.
assumption.
I think Toasty's getting to, why does this room still exist if
Yeah,
it was
and
the
why was it so
Homelander
clean?
room?
Yeah,
Yeah,
notice it was clean. There was no
it's well
sign
kept.
of abuse. Yeah,
But that's what I'm trying to say. It's like maybe they're not using that room for experimentation, but it's part of the facility, and there are a ton of other floors that they're likely using for experiments there.
We do know this. We do know experimentation is very rare because I guess Homelander has all the V.
Is this in Vought? This place?
I
don't
honestly,
know.
we have
We don't know.
I think
Oh.
it's outside. It's affiliated to Vought,
Okay.
but
Yes,
it's
it's-
not in like
yeah.
headquarters.
Okay.
but that's the issue. For all we know, it was like in a hotel somewhere, and they have a secret room, which is why we see all those floor.
I
Maybe
think
the
there's
rest of-
more to be revealed with
Or not.
regards to this. I mean, because this is, Homelander's racking up bodies, something's got to come back and bite him in the ass. Hopefully, maybe this will become a crime scene. This gets reported. We'll see. There's a lot more to be desired here because, yeah, we got plenty of questions. So we'll see what is left for this facility. But Dr. Mondo's background, that was quite the shot to end on, and him laughing. It'll be interesting to see where he goes, especially when he catches up with what's been happening on the campaign side. Let's go ahead. We spent enough time with Homelander. Before we get into the campaigns, let's talk Huey and Kimiko, the adventures of Kimiko and Huey. Huey and his dad. His dad is slowly leaving this world. Huey's got the bright idea. Let's get him some Compound V. A spirited idea. And then what? I can't remember why him and Kimiko teamed up. Oh, they went to go meet A-Train. A-Train.
Right.
And A-Train is continuing down the train of goodness. Thank goodness.
Of redemption. I wouldn't say goodness. I would say redemption.
Redemption. That's fair. He's on his Zuko arc right now. Whether it'll be good, I don't think he's gonna break down in front of anybody's uncle or his brother. Maybe he'll break down in front of his brother.
I don't think anyone would forgive him either, compared to Zuko.
He's got a forgiveness this time. He did the thing for Huey.
That wasn't really a forgiveness, though. That
You don't
was
think so?
No, hell no. It was more like, hey, we're good. We're even. Yeah, that was not a I forgive you for blasting through my GF in episode 1 of season 1. There was a forgiveness there.
Oh, I don't know. I kind of took it as they're okay.
And
So
he
I guess
blames
they're
him-
okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
go
he
ahead.
blames him entirely for like every other bad thing that's happened in his life after that date where
Yeah, he's
Robin was killed. It's
he-
like he points it at A-Train's fault.
Yeah,
he was
I
the
guess
catalyst.
It was a domino. Yeah.
Yep.
Damn. I guess so. I want A-Train to be good.
Why? He's a bad
Why?
person.
Okay,
He's
here's
bad.
He's a product.
No, he's not. Do you know what he
He's
did?
a pawn in the system.
Do you remember what he did in seasons 1 and 2?
Yes, I remember what he
Do
did. He's
you
an
remember?
asshole.
Do you?
Yes.
Tell me what he
the
did. Tell me
Robin
what he
thing-
did.
The Robin thing is the biggest thing that I remember.
He did a lot more.
Remember
Well,
the
he was also a
girlfriend?
junkie back then too.
And what did he do as a
Did he
junkie?
kill his girlfriend?
He did.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What are you saying? Should he not get the Killmonger respect? Where people think Killmonger is a hero and not truly a villain?
How about
But-
this? He can get it if you allow him to get the Killmonger cut by the end.
Shut the fuck up. No. No.
Why? What's
We're not
wrong?
doing this.
What's wrong?
We're not doing this. No. How do you fine. Listen, he's got balls. He went and stole the V. You gotta give him points.
It was
I
self-interest.
guess.
He didn't do it out of the kindness of his own heart.
No,
Well, he did it because he's having this giant, existential flip inside his mind.
I mean, he didn't really have anything to gain by doing it for
Correct.
Huey. So there is something in him that's like, man, let me do him a
Maybe-
solid.
But then again, maybe he just wanted to be rid of you. Now there's no more. You owe me something anymore.
He could have just killed him then.
Nah.
And he
Kimiko
didn't
was
have to
here.
give the video cameras of those two dudes who didn't kill the
yeah.
Homelanders.
No,
Yeah.
but he's only doing that because Homelander is bullying him right now, and he's doing it out of pettiness.
Oh, you
Not
think
because,
so?
yes, obviously.
You think it's
has been
that?
going-
I
Yes,
don't think it's
Homelander has
that.
been going off on him, and I'm telling you, the only time he's actually gonna truly be good is when Homelander, my prediction, kills his brother for what he
Ooh.
did this episode. Homelander's gonna realize his stuff, has been
Or
touched
the
'cause he
nephews. The
was-
nephews.
or the nephew, because he touched the milk, he touched the hair.
He touched everything. I was like,
Yeah,
stop touching stuff.
Homelander is gonna walk in and be like, somebody's been to my stuff.
Honestly, I'd be
smell-
sweating
I
bullets.
smell A-Train. Why do I
Yeah, I
smell
smell
A-Train?
Are you
Exactly.
sure? Are you sure he's gonna be smelling A-Train and not the deuce that's upstairs that Ashley
so he's
left?
gonna be like, Ashley.
Like,
Ashley has to
I
be
don't
the
even get
greatest
that. Like,
character ever.
how does that even work? Like, is he not gonna question who did this, and then he's
Of
gonna?
course he's gonna question it.
Why is she doing it then?
Because he can't prove it.
Well, clearly
He
if
doesn't
she
need a
can get
reason
in-
to prove it. He's just gonna go into the meeting room and say, "Everyone,
It's-
come in here, everyone."
Let me sniff your asses. It's like
Someone thought it would be
Who
funny
did it?
to drop a deficit in my toilet. Who did it?
It wasn't Ryan
He was at Coney Island.
getting hot dogs.
I can see that. That'll be a funny scene. No, man, I definitely think A Train is on this path of goodness.
What do you think Ashley and A Train agreed on with the two of them?
Not to tell. Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Like, couldn't they just said, "All right," like right then and I feel like they didn't show us because there's something more to be said here. Because otherwise, just say it right there. Say, I won't tell them if you weren't here. But they didn't. Like,
I think it's just a mutual hating. They just,
Yeah.
they're one
The
stealing.
enemy
one's-
of my enemy is my friend. That's basically.
And also, they just had enough. The Deep is, an idiot. Black Noir is, has his 15 minutes of fame right now. And, Firecracker's a devotee. And what's her name? Sister Sage just wants to flex her brain. So everybody has some interest still being in the 7, except these two.
I got a weird feeling from that scene too, though.
which one?
Oh, where they're like, "Let's not tell. Let's not."
Do you think there's more to that?
I kind of thought there was more. Either like they had like a weird like encounter after, or they made a deal. That's what I
Well,
honestly.
I feel,
thought.
yeah, I'm there too.
Well, if it is, they're going to have to keep it a well-kept secret in front
Oh,
of
yeah,
everybody.
Yeah.
right.
know. And if he finds that deuce,
He is gonna. What do you mean if he finds
will.
it? He is.
If he finds it, it's like he's gonna fly in and immediately.
shit is
Like,
literally
he
going to
doesn't
hit the
even need to
fan.
see it. He's gonna smell it.
He's gonna have everyone wear a diaper for the rest.
There's
of the season.
there's limited people that I think have access to his room.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that hard. And I bet you could look on security footage to find out who was walking towards his room in the
Well,
company.
actually, I'm sure, right, she probably can't. A-Train's moving at the speed of light or whatever.
right.
Sound. I don't know how fast he moves. But he gets the V for Huey, but Huey goes on his little awakening. He awoke in his Sharingan. I don't know if you noticed. He starts fighting. Kimiko taught him to fight.
Oh,
Oh,
I guess.
I don't
yeah,
think we've
guess.
seen Huey fight.
Yeah,
Like,
he
that's
did.
what
When
I
he
got
took-
from the scene.
when he took the Compton V last season.
Oh,
Yeah, but that was
yeah.
cheating.
yeah, it's like that's
But
handicap.
like normal human Huey has always been kind of like averse to fighting. So yeah, it was, I think, the first time that we've truly seen Huey. Hey, like, you gotta fight.
With the
Yeah,
box
that's true.
cutter.
He should have lost, but yeah.
That was neat.
I mean, the guy was clearly more equipped.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I feel like for plot reasons, Huey had to win in
I
that
mean, he had a
fight.
shield.
He had a shield. He had a machete, like a makeshift
box
machete.
This guy knew martial arts.
But all it takes, actually, he pulled a Paul Muad'Dib, Atreides.
Oh, I don't care about that franchise.
Oh, stop.
Don't.
Stop.
No.
Stop.
Oh, what?
The guy came in like this, and Huey said, boom.
Oh,
Yeah. You're from your favorite movie, Toasty.
Dune.
oh yeah, that movie. Yeah,
Part
I don't
two.
watch trash. I don't
Wow.
watch trash. Sorry.
Okay. Well then. All right. Another day. Huey has awakened. I think we're about to see a more violent version of Huey in future episodes. Now that he sees himself as capable without, like Compound V. I don't know. Give him a sword and shield. Maybe that could be his gimmick. It'd be really nerdy, but I guess it fits Huey.
I guess.
So sure. Kimiko got her little bit with her friend. Which I don't. So did Kimiko traffic her?
I think so.
Yeah,
In
Yeah.
the trunk.
Right. Right.
I didn't care much for her lore. I mean, it needs to be done. I don't care. I just don't care.
I do feel it feels kind of shoehorned.
Yeah,
is.
In regards to the rest of the plot.
Hers. Yeah.
There's no build up. That's the issue with Kimiko and even Frenchie's story this season. There's no build up. There was no breadcrumbs, nothing in the past to give us what's going on right now. And it's every episode. Like even Huey, I don't care.
Well,
I don't care about the dad, but the mom, nothing.
For Frenchie, at least, you always knew that he had some kind of like messed up past where he did kill people in the prior
Everyone has
season.
a messed up past in that group.
But I would take in that same group you made. I would take Frenchie out in terms of breadcrumbs and throw in Starlight, because I do not care for Starlight's
See, that's
past.
another one. Yeah, you're right. That's another one.
There's no build up to it. Like there's nothing there. You cannot tell me that's the same character from 3 prior seasons. It's not.
To me,
I think it's building on the fact that it's like, Starlight.
Wait. I don't mean to cut us off. We'll come back to Starlight. That's the campaign bit.
Going back to Kimiko.
Yeah. Keeping it with
Kimiko and Frenchie and
Huey, Kimiko.
Indifferent to Kimiko. Frenchie, I don't like Frenchie's story.
I don't like it. They added
it.
all of these so that we can have one more season. That's it. If they didn't add all those plot lines, the season could have ended this season. That's all it is.
Well, I think they each had breadcrumbs, but they weren't consistent breadcrumbs. Like
when you say each,
I cannot tell you where Frenchie's "I killed this family" where that was introduced.
Not necessarily the family, but it was.
I can't remember how that story played out.
I killed people before the Russian lady. Yeah, like I did some messed up things, and I killed people for money and drugs and whatever. I ruined people's lives.
But then the Colin character.
Oh, that's new. Like, yeah, that's
he's
like
only He's only introduced here.
Right.
So he's just thrown into the mix.
Right.
I don't think Kimiko and Shining Light was mentioned since season 2, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Maybe even season 1.
I know it's been a while. I don't remember them ever saying that she helped capture people.
No, that's new.
That's
that
new.
Was the big
okay.
twist. That's the big twist.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't buy that either.
It's a good character.
Victim. Yeah, she was a victim with her sister.
Her brother.
Her brother, yeah.
Which I don't remember what happened to the brother, but she was.
He died.
Stormfront, I think, killed him.
Yeah.
Stormfront?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Bitch.
But you see, like, she was a victim, and now they're making it seem that she's no longer a victim, that she was a willing participant in hurting other people. That ruins like 4 seasons of character.
Yeah,
or again, kind of like she could have been the victim and she was just like also pulled into it,
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like
because that could also be the case, she's still the victim, but she was pulled into it and had to kind of abide by what her captors are saying, almost like following orders, that kind of thing. Same thing that we see with like the scientist with Homelander. She was following orders and doing things she wasn't proud of. Like Frenchie, almost to the same extent. Like,
actually, no, same extent. Yep.
Same extent.
Actually,
like he was following orders.
Maybe that's the theme of the season. Everyone was following orders, and they were following the wrong people. That's what's going on with everyone.
At least for the episode, yeah.
By the way, hammering that even more, Starlight. I know we're gonna talk a little bit about her. Starlight. She was following her mom's orders in becoming this pageant superhero, and she was doing everything that her mom told her to do.
Makes
and
sense.
she says it. So it's like, I think it's like every one of these characters has this past that they're coming to terms with it and they're regretting it, and now they have grown. They're different people from what they were years ago, and they were with the wrong crowd, or just or not in the right mindset. And I think that's something we're seeing with a lot of the characters.
Yeah, it makes sense. I just don't like it.
So Huey, I guess his mom giving the dad the V.
How did she know? How did she know he had it?
Well, she works. I think she snagged it from him.
Or that's her V. Because remember, she works for Vought.
She does work for Vought. She
works for Vought. Maybe that wasn't the V that Huey brought. Maybe she brought that V.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I did try rewatching the scene, and because like, wait, what just happened there? And I think this might be like a little thing that I might have caught or totally not. But I think he put his jacket on like the guest chair.
It could have
And-
fallen.
Yeah, and then it was moved to like his dad's bed when the
Oh,
V. I
so-
think that's what I caught.
So maybe she did. Like maybe she did take his V.
And she saw where Huey's mind was going with it.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's not her V. You're saying that you think that she took Huey's V.
Yeah,
That
she
was
saw
in
him
his-
put something in his pocket, and she was like, "Let me go look around."
Yes.
And she realized what Huey was thinking about doing.
Okay, and she did it herself so that I guess he wouldn't have that burden, or maybe assuming she's thinking
could be.
selflessly.
No, it's
Um,
almost like because to a certain degree, she also wants to try to rebuild that relationship with Huey. She does feel guilty of leaving him, and she said it. And I think like the best way that she can, like in her world, redeem herself is let me give you your father back.
Well, also, she saw the opportunity.
She
She
saw
took
the
it.
she saw the opportunity. She took it, and
yoink.
well, I'm gonna give you your father back. And if you had any regrets, you don't have to live with these regrets because I did it for you.
Fair enough. I mean, he's about to wake up with powers, no?
But it depends. What kind of powers he gonna get? Because he
Yeah,
could
I
have
don't
one
know,
of those
right.
nice powers, or if you watch Diabolical, there's some mutants that have gotten the shit end of the stick.
I mean, look at Newman's
Eh.
daughter.
Yeah, but she's okay. All she has is those tentacles
Yeah.
in her mouth.
What? That's weird. What do you?
No,
what are you
But she
talking about
she
that?
she
No, no.
she has to activate that though.
Yeah,
I think
but
what Tosi's
activate
getting at is like there are people
Yes.
that are like slime balls or something.
Oh.
If you watch Diabolical, there's an entire episode about a group of rejected heroes.
Oh, I did.
Where
I
they
do
have-
remember that episode.
Yeah, they have the garbage power. They look weird. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, you can also go from you could literally turn into a puddle and not be able to rebuild himself.
So you
like-
think he's gonna be a puddle?
I think he has to. The power has to be a negative aspect, or if it's not a negative aspect, it has to be something so minor that he doesn't play a role in the show anymore. That he still has to be a side character. They
Oh,
cannot give him a superior ability.
I think he's about to get active with the boys.
You think
You
the
think so?
dad is?
Yeah, I think.
I don't
No,
know.
because you know, to what Toasty is saying with regards to Huey's got to regret this idea, and the only way Huey regrets this idea is if his dad actively puts himself in danger. You know, if he has the ability to protect Huey, he's gonna definitely try.
Does the dad know that he does this stuff like against Vought and everything?
No
Or
idea.
he doesn't.
Yeah, I
I
can't
don't think
recall.
so.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think it's like he may have an idea that Huey's like doing stuff, but he doesn't know exactly what stuff.
Okay.
right.
I mean, he has to know because you're always dating Starlight, so he has to know he's somehow involved with
that
Vought.
party knows, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, that he
obviously,
knows.
that part
that
knows.
was.
I just
that's
mean
cool,
the
man.
whole like we gotta take down Vought. I'm gonna tell you shoot
I don't think
myself
he
up
knows
with
that.
V.
I don't think he knows that part.
But it'll
He
be
might know
really.
a tid because he told the mom, he's like, "I'm fighting Vought right now."
That is
So maybe
true.
he did tell the dad.
But
But-
he might be omitting certain parts of it.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
It will be really
Right.
cool though if he does fight against Vought, because in the comic, Simon, the dad,
Yeah.
was the character. He was Huey. That's who
Yep.
the Huey was based off in the comic. He looked exactly like him. And I remember when they said they were creating the show, he was too old, and they were like, "We're just gonna make you the dad." So it'd be really nice if they use scenes from the comic that Huey did in the comic, but they just give it to the dad. Maybe something like that, but I don't know.
No, I think that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Simon Pegg. Yeah.
A nice
being-
homage, yeah.
Yeah, it's a full circle moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
A part of me doesn't believe the Compound V is going to like fix him entirely. Like,
What?
Mm.
Well.
oh. you
Oh
can
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying he just woke up, and I know it's kind of like from a different show, but someone like Vampire Diaries, someone tried to save their mom with vampire blood. I don't know if anyone's familiar.
You should be.
Grandmaster definitely watch it.
Yeah.
I've only watched
Okay, that's it. That's
5
all you need to
episodes.
know.
5
Yeah.
seasons, but okay.
5 episodes.
That's 5 episodes more than me.
Mhm. So their mom had cancer, which I know cancer is always a little bit different in like the medical aspect of everything, but she tried to save her mom with vampire blood and it didn't work. So I don't know. I don't know because all we saw is his eyes open.
Well,
And-
I can definitely see.
Right.
Maybe it's like, yeah, like his eyes open and like he's awake now. He's not brain dead, but maybe like Compound V didn't fix everything. And going in like the medical part, it's depending on where your stroke was, is where your symptoms are going to be. And if it hit, let's say, the frontal part of your brain, let's say you might be, or you have an injury at that part of the brain, you might be very impulsive, very aggressive. You might have personality changes. So it's like you might have someone. It's your dad.
Ooh.
Hold on,
But
let
at
me-
the same time, he's
let me-
not your dad.
Let me take everything you just said and segue this into our final part, because I think you're supposed to only give Compound V to children. A. B, we have an example of an adult who is now taking Compound V for whatever adverse effects. Frontal lobe seems to be aggressive, you said.
So yeah, you can have, because your frontal lobe, has personality inhibition. So if you take that out, you might be very aggressive, you might be agitated, impulsive, disinhibited.
So let's enter the campaign, which we praise Sister Sage. Genius. She's a genius. The moment they set up shop across from Starlighter's home base, I was like, this bitch, she knows what she's doing.
She's my hero.
She's sure.
She's ruthless. Like she's just like, let me just take some popcorn and just like see hell break loose, everything go up in flames, and she's just like, yeah.
Well, they compare her to Lex Luthor as far
Really?
as
Yeah.
the intellect and strategist side of things.
They say that in the show.
Wait, who did?
No, not in the show.
Oh.
Like interviews leading up to the season, they say Sister Sage is being compared to Lex Luthor in terms of intellect.
I buy it.
I mean, really?
Really?
I mean, I don't know which incarnation of Lex Luthor you're thinking
know,
of,
right,
but you
like-
know, like the general idea of Lex Luthor is he doesn't fight Superman, and when he does, he gets that power suit and always loses. Where he usually rivals Superman, it's just pure intellect.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a big difference. I feel like for her, she's not intelligent. She's just like annoying, like a mosquito. Like you hear the buzzing, and she's just like, Rudy.
She's a
that's all it
smart
is.
mosquito.
she could be like, smart people can be annoying. She's annoying while
Yeah.
she's being smart.
I wouldn't put her in Lex Luthor level. Lex Luthor is diabolical.
This
in
was
terms of intelligence.
diabolical. She got the most hatingest hater out there.
Are you sure you're not the one that quoted the Lex Luthor thing? Was it?
No, I
in
wasn't.
the-
No, go look it up. I mean, again, you don't have to agree with it, but in comparison,
Yeah.
all she has is her intellect. All Lex Luthor has is intellect and money. So that's,
Yes.
I guess, the big
Like
difference.
now, it's like now they gave her the money.
Now she has the funds, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And I really like kind of how this Starlight bit played out, though. Again, it's just a bunch of bullying. But they won. They got what they wanted. As far as she punched out Firecracker and beat the shit out of her on live TV,
Yes.
and now
The
nobody
violent
wants
left.
to. What?
The violent left.
The right. Yes, that's the whole point. Because here Starlighter comes broke up this Christian-based rally, you know? Because you
Yeah.
had this one what's his name? What's the dude from Texas with the big church?
Oh, the pastor.
preacher.
I forgot his name.
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel.
Oh, Ezekiel is name in the show. What's the name of the real dude in real life?
Oh, the actor? I have no idea.
Austin, Joel Austin.
Oh, the real mega church guy.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
that's based off him?
I'm thinking there are.
Yeah, it would make sense. Mega
Yeah.
church somewhere in the Midwest, South. Yeah.
Hmm.
There's inklings. And so, you know, they hype up this whole rally to be, oh my, one is disgusting. Really, that's what it was looking at it. And then they were ready for everything. Butcher hit her with, caught you with your little beaver.
Oh my goodness. You do what we say, or I hit this tweet button right here.
And what
And
you
it
say?
just does such
Let's
a
go,
good
sugar.
job showing
I don't know what you said.
how like a mob or of ignorant people will just follow anything, no matter how contrary it is, or how hypocritical it is. Because it's like you're condemning Starlight supposedly because she's keeping children in a basement and she's a pedo and all that stuff, and it's like, Firecracker, fuck the.
And then she
They're
came
like
out.
totally fine with it.
I ask for forgiveness.
Actually,
And they just soak it up, and it's like that's what happens in real life.
actually, I
The cult icons can do no wrong. They can do no wrong.
with Starlight, the children that they show in this episode, was it the first time that they showed that she was actually keeping children in there? Because I thought that was entire conspiracy. Because they showed them sneaking the kids out in the back, and I was like, where the hell did those kids come from?
It was true.
Who the hell are those kids?
Whoa, wait, she was on to something.
Yes, wait a
I don't
second.
think she's keeping those kids. I think she's I think they're partnering with something.
Like
Why
a
sneak
youth
them out in the
group?
back?
Because I don't.
It makes it suspicious.
Yeah,
It makes it suspicious.
Yeah, because if she was partnering with the group, she could have happily bring them up to the front and say, no, this is a group from blah, blah, blah. We're
They wouldn't have
partnering.
believed her.
Yeah.
Also, I
would've
don't think
believed
they
her.
want to expose those kids to that nastiness.
God forbid they catch her
Yeah.
sneaking them out the back. It's over.
That's what I was waiting for. And Loki, I can't wait for the next episode where somebody's gonna have a camera showing the
There was
kids what-
someone.
Yes,
Yeah.
because the guy in the last episode showed up with a gun saying, I know you have the kids in the back, pizza, pineapple.
Oh
And,
my
I mean, she
She
had
can't
kids.
win.
She had kids.
Mm.
Or a potential victim. I don't know.
She can't win, and then they
She
exposed her too with her abortion.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
That came out of nowhere. That's the issue. It came out
Okay,
of nowhere.
right. I will say.
I didn't like
Yeah,
that.
like,
Yeah.
Did
that's
they mention
dumb.
that at all?
No,
never.
no, never,
Never.
never, ever.
see-
I think everything was. This is why, even though the theme of this season is confronting your past, I feel like Starlight specifically is the one character that they really could not think of anything to give to confront like past events or wrongdoings that she did. So they just started throwing darts at the board. Like, okay. She called Firecracker, a fast slut like years ago. Oh yeah, she blinded a mother when she saved like the grocery store when she was a kid. Like this stuff, no, I hate
see,
this.
So,
I don't
get
like
what you're-
this.
I
But
get
is
what
that
you're
the
saying.
point?
No, but that's
No.
a horrible point.
No. What
because-
I mean is the point is when people run for office and elected positions, you don't know everything about them.
But-
And Starlight is their elected character this season,
but,
to where
yeah.
we start to now learn things about them.
But you see, for me, what I would have done instead as a better plot line, when they mentioned she was pregnant and got an abortion, my first thought was, holy shit, did the member of the Seven abuse her behind
That's
the
what
screen?
I actually thought too.
And I was like, they could have used that as a plot line where if they're going with like real life political stuff to go into maybe something like the Me Too movement with the Seven and say, well, Starlight's going to come out and say, yes, I had an abortion because I was abused by the members of the Seven.
well, technically,
that-
they already did that with the Deep.
Yeah.
The Deep. Oh, yeah. you see,
Oh
that's
yeah,
the
she did
issue.
come out and say that.
Yeah. you
But
see,
like
and
this could be
they-
added on top of that.
They could
I
be
guess.
added
yeah.
on top of it where she could have said I was ashamed of blah 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 blah. Like all bunch of other mess to say, well, she was ashamed of being a victim practically. They could have used that as a build up to make her a stronger character, to ruin the Seven even more. But
It's creating a thread, like
Yes, a
like
thread.
a connection, versus
Yeah.
just saying, "Oh, by the way, I had one like some time ago. Didn't tell you about it, but yeah."
yes,
did.
and they're like, oh yeah, we went in there together and blah. I'm like, okay. It's in another word, why the hell are they keeping a medical file record over superheroes? Like, and somehow it's public enough for them to get. It's a bunch of mess.
I'm curious if they ever actually did allude to it in the previous season. I don't think they did.
I
No.
don't think they did.
Now, I hear everything you're saying. I do feel with regards though to the campaign type theming they have going on, this works. But if you take out the campaign bit, this does not work.
And just to add to that, I think a further reason is that Starlight, the way they have portrayed her in the show from the beginning, is that she is like Miss Goody Two Shoes. She is really like truly the beacon of justice. When you come like to the Seven or the soups, she represents what a good soup is in terms of morality and so forth. And the entire series, they're really hammering that into you, right? At you as the viewer. And I think I understand what you guys are saying, but they also kind of want to catch us off guard, as in like, hey, you know, Starlight, she is Miss Good. She maybe is not that Miss Goody Two Shoes that she always portrayed to be, that she was portrayed to be. She, like everyone, has a past. She is not perfect, and so forth. And like the campaign, I agree with Grandmaster. It further like substantiates that, yeah, like you get dirt out of people in a political campaign or trail that no one knows the skeletons in their closet, and they got to deal with it.
Well, you have to drop hints for that. You can just drop it out of nowhere and be like, oh yeah, by the way, this person that was good used a bunch of garbage about them that was never brought up before.
But also,
that's bad writing. That's how it is.
No, I don't agree, but it's fine.
Everything comes to a head. Starlight punches out. Firecracker, she should have killed her. Sister Sage sitting back laughing at her plan. Evangelical man is an elongated man. I forgot he had powers. Butcher comes in with the nitrogen. Starts freezing him like Dr. Doom did Mr. Fantastic in 2005. But then he's getting beaten. And what's her name? His wife. What's her name? Becca. Get up, Billy. Get up, Billy. And Billy gets up, but Billy doesn't know he got up. Billy wakes up and it's a bloody mess.
Yep.
What happened?
What the heck happened?
They didn't have the budget to animate the scene.
No.
They did it with Homelander. They did it with this guy.
Stop. No.
They don't. No. Okay, Woody.
No, they're keeping what went on with Butcher and Ezekiel under wraps for the viewers, and that's because that's going to explode later in the season. It's obvious.
I wrote it down.
We see in the episode, like when he's taking a shower, we see something slithering.
Yeah.
We see something like something is up. And even like in other episodes, you see kind of like his neck, his veins are a little bit more bulging. And so it's like something's up. And then like when he goes and confronts Huey saying, I took V, oh, this makes all the freaking sense in the world. It's like, you're a soup and you don't know it. And
so I saw one interesting theory about the V was, cancerous, the compound V left a tumor, right? And someone said, what if the V like moved to the tumor and kind of
weaponized it?
Well, weaponized it, but also they said gave it sentience. And now it's trying to control Butcher.
Oh, that's like a parasite, maybe?
Yeah, like a parasite. I wrote it as Dr. Billy and Mr. Butcher. Like Dr. Jekyll. Mr. Hyde. I think that's what they're going for here.
Yeah.
Because whatever the hell Billy did, he butched him up.
He did.
I don't even think you could put them back together.
No, yeah, there's like no pieces left. I don't think so.
So where do you go from here? I feel Billy's a secret weapon. He could still probably take on Homelander, maybe, at this point.
I mean, assuming Homelander doesn't try to kill him right away. We don't know what the trigger is yet on this guy because he was getting choked out. His head was about to pop.
Well, right. like a parasite that wants to make sure its host survives. The host lives in danger.
Yeah, good point. Some people compared it to Moon Knight as well. It was like, oh, it's giving.
Oh, very Moon Knight, like the blackout. The transition.
Yep.
It gave Moon Knight, yeah.
I did not see this going this way at all.
Yeah,
you thought Starlight was gonna come in, smash in from the ceiling,
Well,
and save him.
I guess my biggest thing was after season 3, they lost their kind of leveling card
Yeah.
that, you know, made it even to go up against Soups. And I was like, how do you come back from Temp V?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't.
Right. So, I mean, it's back to like ground one, whatever you call it. But hey, now if Butcher can figure out what the heck is going on with him and live. I know we talked about maybe Marie from Gen V might come in.
Yeah.
That could be a thing. We talked about it. They dropped the Godolkin 4. They're coming. So Godolkin is coming. They have to come. There ain't no way they're just sitting there until season 2 of Gen V. I refuse to believe it.
They're gonna play a role. What
I really hope so.
Are they gonna play? I don't know.
I'm excited at this point. Now I'm excited. Starlight's done. They dropped her from the campaign. Butcher got this thing going on in his head. Colin broke up with Frenchie. Kimiko's crying. Huey's a monster. Homelander's crazy. And then Sister Sage is crazy too.
Telling the D to front lobe lobotomizer.
What the heck is going on? See, this is funny. When that scene,
because he's like, so my powers. It's my powers is that my brain is constantly regenerating. Like you can stab me in the heart, I'll die, but if you stab me in the head, I'm gonna live. So I need you to take this and lobotomize me, so you can do whatever the fuck you want to do with me for the next.
I found you. She said, I find you repulsive. The Deep can't win either.
No, I actually saw a video, and I remember telling Dr. Jace about it a couple days ago. It was a YouTube video that showed in the previous episode when the Deep walks into the room and they start kissing. You see the surgery book in the back.
Yeah.
And the YouTuber, he mentioned something along the line that superheroes can't get drunk. Some of them do act wild, like obviously Homelander and the rest of them, they do crazy stuff to, I guess, release the tension. But because of her, the only way for her to act wild, because she's so intelligent, is really to scramble her brain and practically get herself almost drunk, the equivalent of drunk, so she can finally relax. Which is why she was watching like Browdzilla in the previous episode and eating like fast food.
No,
An
but
intelligent person.
No, but superheroes can get drunk. It just takes a shit ton to get drunk, because Kimiko got drunk.
Yeah.
You know what?
Kimiko,
Oh,
she
yeah,
had
she
to
did.
drink like 9 or 10 or 12 cans of
She kept
bottles of
changing her
beer.
answer. She kept adding one every
She
time.
kept adding and adding. Like she had to drink a ton to just get tipsy.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? That was tipsy, but I'm guessing it's for her. It was a way for her to cool down, to stop being intelligent, to stop working, and just turn off everything.
She wants a release. She wants release. She wants a break.
Yeah,
and it was so funny. It was
pretty funny.
Well, it's funny and it's gross.
Yes,
and it's cringy. I could barely look at the scene. And then, funny enough, too, I guess Deep is now neglecting Ambrosia. I guess
that's the octopus.
Right. That's the octopus. Yeah.
I wonder what's gonna happen next season with the.
She's gonna get jealous. She's gonna try to choke out Sister Sage.
Wow.
Oh, that would be really.
If he brings Sister Sage into his room.
Well, now you got me thinking. He's gonna ask, "Hey, can Ambrosia join us?
Can she watch?"
No, he's gonna say, "Can she get in? She could do crazy things with 8 arms."
And you know what?
Goodness.
Once Sister Sage becomes dumbed down, she's not gonna say no. So yeah.
Oh, she's not gonna say no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Gonna give Sister Sage.
Oh no.
That's gonna be the end of Sister Sage right there.
God.
Oh, this is disgusting. Oh God. All right. Goodness. Do we miss anything?
I think that's everything.
I
Yeah.
think that's about it. Overall, final thoughts. I really enjoyed this episode. Probably the best so far, in my opinion.
I really, really enjoyed it. I do agree that there are some plot points that aren't as strong as prior seasons. I think definitely, like, I would say Frenchie's and maybe Kimiko's, but I'm mostly Frenchie, I would say. But definitely I enjoyed this episode a lot. My highlights of the episode by far was Homelander. Like all the Homelander moments for me were the big highlights of this episode. And I am excited of what's gonna come up. You know, they're with Butcher's now powers. What do they entail? How Homelander is after him confronting his past, and Huey's dad. How does that, like, what's gonna go on there? So yeah, I'm excited. I'm liking this season. I am, even though it's not up to the same par as prior seasons. Still really solid and really enjoyable for me.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a solid episode. I did enjoy this episode more than episodes 1 through 3. I just, yeah, like you said, it has like some of the weaker plot threads, I think, where I'm like, where's this stuff from Starlight coming from? Why is this underground lab still in existence for Homelander? It's still enjoyable because the payoff is you get to see Homelander cut loose, act, you know, like a maniac and a psychopath. Yeah, episode was still fun to watch. We'll see where it leads throughout the rest of the season. I hope this this thing with Frenchie is over and done with. I hope I won't have to focus on Frenchie anymore. I hope the thing with Starlight is done with. No more skeletons in the closet. But we'll see. We'll see. I want to know what's inside Butcher's head.
Toasty or Miss Mad?
I know I really enjoyed this episode too. I'm excited to see where Huey's dad goes, because I do kind of think it's not going to be like a straight shot. It's either not going to work in my opinion, or there's going to be like some major negative consequences, and he's going to probably wish he never even brought it into the picture. That's my guess, but I'm really excited, and I did like seeing Homelander lose his control, even though I knew the moment he got in there, I was like, these poor people. But
He's gonna be a blood.
yeah.
Yeah, the episode was good. Definitely not as good as previous season, but still enjoyable. I just hope that all of those plot line get put on the back for the next coming episode. I don't care for their story. I don't care for their personal struggle. Let's go back to killing each other, guys. That's why I'm watching this show.
Oh.
That's all.
I'm here for the gore.
I'm not afraid to say I'm here for the goddamn gore. I don't care about your personal
Toasty's here for the gore. Grandmaster Hoop is here for the connectivity. It's like
Connectivity.
Good talking. I'm now excited.
Oh yes, I want
the crossover, the MCU.
It's not about a crossover. It's about
Connectivity. Consume. Consume.
Storyline. That's genius. Bring it in. Yes, I want connectivity. Sue
Wait,
me.
what connectivity with what?
Sue Gen V. I
Gen
want the
V, Gen V.
tie-in.
The
I don't care
MCU.
for those kids.
I love those kids.
They're not the Teen
What?
Titans. I don't need to see them.
They're the college versions. They're, I don't know, the dropouts.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But okay, a lot to be left excited for the last 4 episodes of The Boys. Goodness, we're already at the halfway point. It's only been 2 weeks, which is wild. But it's working. People are tuning in. Actually, I think the viewership was like a lot higher than it was in season 3. I just read that. But
yeah,
Wow.
20%,
Yeah,
I think, 25%, something like that.
It's gone up. People are watching.
Yeah.
The
Hate
Boys is
watching.
great. You said they're hate watching?
Yes.
Yeah, because you got a bunch of people saying, is this fucking play about us?
Yeah.
And now, yes, now they're hate watching me. Like, what are they gonna say about me now?
Exactly.
The woke agenda.
I don't say that.
Consume.
It's true.
Yeah.
Mm.
The violent left is horrible. It needs to be stopped.
Correct.
Sure.
Well, that is it from us here at the Yonko table, covering episode 4 of The Boys, season 4. That's right. Catch us next week as we cover episode 5. And goodness gracious, we've been having a lot going on lately. So, hey, thank you for all the support. on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Thank you for listening to us on your various podcast stations, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to our show. And of course, thank you for always supporting us on TikTok, YouTube with Dr. Jace Attorney. And of course, you can sound off in the Discord if you ever got anything you want to say to Dr. Mondo. He said he's sorry if he offended you, so you can, accept his apology in the Discord and whatnot if you need to. So, but with that said, I'm your Yonko host, Grandmaster Hoop, fellow Yonko, Dr. Jace Attorney, Supernovas, Miss Mad, Dr. Mondo, and of course, Jet Black Toasty. How shall we close this?
What was the song that the Deep and Firecracker was singing?
I looked it up. Love lifts us up where we belong. I really don't know the words.
Yeah, that's it. Love lift us up where we belong.
Oh, nope, that's not it, but I like your voice.